What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Hayden Crabtree coming to you, and today I want to show you how a mortgage in debt gets paid down on an investment property or really in any other debt situation. See, most people think that debt gets paid down in a straight line, where, say, if their mortgage payment is $1,000 a month, they think that 500 of it goes to interest and 500 of it goes towards principal, and that's just not the case. So today I want to show you guys how you can figure out how much you're paying towards interest and how much you're paying towards principal. So I just Googled loan amortization calculator, and I got this first search on Google, amortization-calc.com. You guys can come here. It's a completely free tool on the internet, and this will teach you and show you exactly how much you're going to be paying in interest and in principal. Okay, so first we're going to go to loan type. It doesn't really matter. They all get paid down the same way, but I'm just going to click mortgage because that's what we get for investment properties. And we're just going to walk through a couple different scenarios here that I'm going to show you guys. So let's use a round number of $100,000, and let's say the loan term is 20 years, and let's say we're just going to pay a flat 5% interest rate. So we're going to type in mortgage, loan amount 100,000, loan term 20 years, and interest rate 5%. So we're going to hit calculate, and it's going to pull up and show us exactly what our payments are going to look like. So this calculator is going to show us our monthly payment is going to be $659.96, excuse me, every single month for the next 240 payments, which is 20 years. And this is going to show us on our first payment, our interest out of that $659 is going to be $417 of interest and $243 of principal. Now, after we pay that principal, we're going to have the $100,000 minus the $243, which is right here, and it's going to give us a balance of $99,757. Now we come to our next payment. So we owe the bank a little bit less. In the very beginning, we're paying interest of 5% based off of the $100,000. Now we owe the bank a little bit less, so our payment and our interest, the interest portion of our payment is going to go down. So if you see here, we're going to go from $417 of interest to $416 of interest. And now a little bit more goes towards our principal. So this is getting paid down at an accelerated rate. Okay, so most people think that interest is just $417 for the entire life of the loan, but the reality is no two payments are the same. While they're all the exact same dollar amount, no two payments have the same contribution of interest and principal. And again, principal is the amount that goes towards paying off the loan. So what we can see here, and a quick example of this, we'll get to this chart up here in a second, but from March to April, in the first payment and the second payment, you can see how much the balance goes down by. It goes down by $417, it goes down by $416, it goes down by $415, and it takes one, two, three, four payments to pay off $1,000 total. Well, if we scroll down here to payments in the later years, we'll find that in this situation, it's only taken two payments to pay off $1,000. And if we keep going here towards the end of the life of the loan, you can see at the end we're paying off almost $650 goes towards paying off principal. Okay, so in our very last payment, only $8 of interest goes to the bank as profit, and the rest, $652, goes towards paying off this loan. Okay, now this is what you need to know. If you think that you take out a loan and in the very beginning your balance is going to go down by the full amount of monthly payment, that is not the case. You need to be aware of the fact that out of all the money you're paying, $659, well, $417 of that goes straight to profit towards the bank. Okay, and only $243 is going towards paying down your loan. So let's take a look at this graph up here. Okay, this graph is, the yellow is how much interest we're paying every single year. The green is how much principal we're paying every single year, meaning how much is our debt going down. And then this red line right here is our balance. So as we can see, our balance goes down over time. In the beginning years, see, this graph is small because we're not going to pay a full year because we're doing this in March. So let's look at this second year right here. We can see the yellow is a huge amount. Okay, it is more than half of this total. If from the top to the bottom represented 100%, we want to figure out how much in interest. So we see this year we're going to pay $4.8 thousand in interest, and we're only going to pay $3.1 thousand of principal. But the next year, our principal amount is going to go up. We're going to pay $3.2 thousand off. Then we're going to pay 3.4. Then we're going to pay 3.6. Then we're going to pay 3.8. So as you can see, over time, even though we're paying the same amount of money, each year we're paying $659 a month for 12 months. Even though we're paying the same amount of money, we're going to pay less and less interest over time, and we're going to pay more and more principal over time. Okay, this, not everybody realizes it. If this were equivalent, then these two graphs would be halfway, and they would go all the way through the middle like this, but that's not the case. As you can see, we pay more principal and less interest over time. So if you want a cool tool to check out exactly how much of interest and principal you're going to be paying over time, just go to amortizationcalc.com. You can get this. It's absolutely free. I just pulled this tool up online. You can also make this happen in a spreadsheet if you want to do it yourself. But the big thing to take away is that the amount you originally borrow, which was the $100,000 up here, is not the amount you pay interest off of each and every single month. See, the 5%, it's going to be calculated. It's going to be 5% divided by 12, okay? And then you're going to multiply that amount by the outstanding balance, and that's going to give you how much interest you're paying each and every month. That's why when the balance goes down, the amount of interest goes down, because you're paying interest on this outstanding balance amount. So that's a big thing to note, is that you're going to pay less and less interest with how much you owe the bank. Okay, so let's say here's an example, we paid a total, even though we only borrowed $100,000, we paid the bank back $158,000 here. Okay, so we paid a total of $58,000 of interest here. Let's say if we could negotiate, instead of a 5% interest rate, we could negotiate a 4%. Let's see what happens here. Now we're only paying $45,000 worth of interest through the entire life of the loan. So that 1% difference in interest made a big difference in how much we're going to pay, and our monthly payment went down. So now, instead of paying, what was it? That's not good. 100,000, 20 years, 5%. Instead of paying $417 in interest the first month, we're only going to pay $333. So your interest rate and how much interest you pay is directly correlated to the balance. And again, even with this example, it's going to go down less and less. I'm sorry, the interest that you pay is going to go down more and more on a monthly basis each month. So let's say if we went to a 30-year term, what would happen? So we're going to go 30 years. So let's see how much principal, interest, and balance. So if we borrow for 30 years instead of 20, what happens? Well, as you can see, we're paying the same amount of interest, but over time we're going to pay a bigger volume of interest. So our monthly payments gets dropped, and each month less and less principal is going to be going towards paying down the balance. Okay, so I hope this video helped you guys. This is how it is paid down. Again, go get amortization-calc.com and check it out for yourself. Thanks, be great.